Oh no. Well, suppose I'm live. Hello, guys. Thank you for waiting. Do apologize. Yeah, I do apologize, but we're here. So, and I didn't mean to click the live button, but I clicked the live button. So we are live. Sorry, guys. Let me just settle in a little bit, and then we'll get into it. So, can you guys hear me okay? For those of you that are on, can you hear me? Are we all good? How's the sound? I suppose I can check as well. How is the sound? Oh, come on. Where are we? Sound is good. Okay, amazing. And again, apologies for the delay, guys. I got caught up. Okay, sound is good. Amazing. Oh boy, it's crackling. I need to get out of that. I need to get out of that. It started doing the reverb, or whatever you call it. All right. Love is in the air. Hey, love is in the air. So let's just take a breath in, guys, and I'll tell a few stories about love that I've experienced, and then we'll dive into the theme, which is love, right? So just taking a breath in, settling in. And for those of you who are watching the replay, if you are new here, my name is James McDonald. I'm the founder of Timeless, a company designed to help you connect with your timeless self. Yeah, help you integrate with your timeless self, your timeless being, which is pure, right? Abundant, healthy, free, vibrant, right? And help you bring that forward into this physical reality. Yeah, so you can live your best life. That's really what this is about. Okay. And so and I'll just kind of share my story a little bit nice and quickly, and then we'll get into it, right? But this is where we tap into, and again, using abilities that I've cultivated over the past 5 years, I can basically see the fabric of time. Okay, the fabric of what dictates this physical reality. Okay, worked with a teacher of mine, Masati, and then I worked my ass off. Yeah, I was introduced to him, and then I just went to work on myself and dove into a lot of deep state meditations, and now I'm here. Yeah, I've experienced a hell of a lot over the past 5 years, and even prior to that, I got involved in personal development when I was 21, more than a decade ago now. I'm now 32. My birthday on Monday this week, 2 days ago, which is pretty cool. So this is where we tap into the truth, and that's what I've always been about. I've always been about, okay, well, what is the truth, right? And comment in if you've been like that. You know, what is the truth? What is the truth about life? About what makes us tick? You know, why we like certain things, and you know, you might hear something or see something, and you might feel, well, I get that, but why doesn't there's something else? Right? I feel like there's more. There's got to be more. Okay. So just taking another breath in as we get together as a group, and then we face the same way, right? We face the same direction of moving forward, right? Or being our best selves. And really, that's the only direction you want to be heading in. You know, the direction of your best. And it has nothing to do with the things that you do or the things that you achieve and things like that, like traditional success mechanisms, traditional success principles. It's actually about time and being synchronized, your time-bound self, right, your physical form, being integrated with your timeless form, yeah, and you synchronizing and harmonizing and living as one, right? And moving towards that I am state. And the reason why that's so important, as we just take another breath in, feels like there's a few new people here, or maybe just individuals that want a better understanding on what the hell timeless is all about and what this is all about. So we'll cover that. We'll cover that, and then we'll get into love. Okay. So taking another breath in, and this will again during this talk. It's more than just a talk. Okay, I'm actually helping you open up, say, pieces of knowledge that's within you. Okay, and all you need to do is be mindful of your space. So taking that breath in and just looking around and noticing the room that you're in. Noticing the details of your room or your environment. This is going to be an experiential talk, right, and session. So all you need to do is sit back and relax, listen in. If you fall asleep during the talk as well, I know it's a little late here in Sydney, in Australia. It's all good. The frequencies that I'm generating will still be beneficial for you. And even if you're listening to the replay, the frequencies that I'm helping you generate still beneficial for you. So taking that breath in, noticing your spine now, each vertebrae of your spine. And we aren't really physical guys. Okay. We're not really physical. Okay. Believe it or not, but we're more of a we're not really physical. Okay. We are beyond physical. Okay. And believe it or not, and this is another topic we'll get into, but we're already awakened. Okay, we are already awakened beings because we created this physical density. Many of you already know this, so just bear with me. I'm just kind of covering all bases, and then we'll get into love. But we, and it ties into love as well, okay, and that pure emotion of love. And I'll read some definitions in Google, and then I'll provide that timeless definition. So just taking another breath in, noticing the back of your neck. And so we are more, we're dimensional beings, right? We're even beyond dimensions, right? We're timeless beings that have created this physical density. We've created basically time to experience our brilliance here in the physical. Okay? That's why we're here. Okay? And, it's not to feed the homeless. It's not to, save the whales. It's not to make $1 million. It's not to, have an amazing family, although that's absolutely a byproduct, right? Of a brilliant being. Our pure purpose is to define our brilliance here. And if you just think about a pure being, right? A being that is just pristine, right? Of God. Yeah, if you want to say that, right? And not the religion, and not like, all the bullshit that comes with, say, the word God. Not the man in the sky, not any of that bullshit. Just say pure, just a pureness, pure source. Okay. And I'm not religious, I wouldn't say I'm traditionally, religious in that way, but a pure being. Have a think about what a pure being would be like. So taking that breath in again, we'll just do a brief little meditation to help us get in the zone. So taking that breath in, noticing your pelvis. Noticing the details of your pelvis. Asking yourself that question, how can I connect to my purest source even more? As you notice your pelvis. That question is nothing religious, it's nothing even spiritual. If anything, it's closer to science, but it's not even science, even though it is a very, say, spiritual experience that people have. And the reason why I say it's more like mathematical, because the way I see it, it is math, right? It's physics. As you take that breath in again, noticing your spine, each vertebrae of your spine. Noticing your pelvis again. What's supporting you? Again, are you sitting down on something? Are you lying down? Are you standing? What's supporting you? Because you might be asking, well, why should I connect with my timeless self? Why should I connect? What am I going to get out of all of this? Remembering that pure being, it's a pure being. You are a pure being. All of the health issues in the world, it's just what it is, guys. All of the bullshit in the world, the challenges, most part anyway, it's a symptom of being out of time. Right? Thankfully, we're back on track. Right? We're getting back on track. But for a lot of individuals, way off kilter, they're out of time. And so when you are out of time, you are not harmonized with your timeless self, which leads to health issues, which leads to mental issues, which lead to financial issues, relationship issues. Every little, most of the time, all the issues and the challenges in the world, the problems that we face, it comes down to being out of time. It's really that simple, guys. Really that simple. And it goes beyond presence, okay? But it's about present moment time. So taking that breath in, and we'll get into love. Haven't forgotten. So as you harmonize with your timeless self, well, guess what? You're a brilliant being. You wake up again. You're already awake, believe it or not. But you notice yourself. You look around and you go, well, why the fuck am I carrying all this bullshit? The anxieties, the Maybe you're a woman running a masculine frequency, or maybe you're a man running a womanly frequency. Maybe you're maybe again you've got health issues or money problems, or you keep getting beaten up. No matter the work that you do, you just get pushed around, right? All of that, right? If you're a brilliant being, would you experience that? Would you? So, if you were a brilliant being, what would you experience? If you were reflecting that brilliance in this physical reality, what would you experience? As you take that breath in, noticing your collarbone, your shoulders, your spine, all the way down to your hips, noticing those elements of your bone structure. If you're a brilliant being and you're reflecting that, would you be in lack? For a lot of you, this is really clicking, especially for, say, the heady type individuals. As you take that breath in, noticing your femur, your thigh bone, your kneecaps, your shins, ankles, feet, bone structure of the feet. As we take that breath in, noticing again your bone structure, feet, ankles, shins, kneecaps, thighs, pelvis, spine, sternum, ribs connecting to your spine, your back, your shoulders, collarbone, arms, hands, fingers, skull, neck, jaw. So we just stay in this space. And we will continue on. Just doing a little bit of prep work before we get into the deeper elements. Because after all, this stream is about love, right? So you can just stay here in this space. You can keep meditating if you want. So let's go. The definitions from Oxford Languages. Love. An intense feeling of deep affection. Babies feel parents with feelings of love. Another definition, a great interest and pleasure in something. Right? You have love for something. Okay. So these are the definitions from Google. What is the best definition of love? A profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person. A feeling of warm personal attachment or deep affection, as for a parent, child, or friend. Sexual passion or desire. Right. Okay. So, when I read that, an intense feeling of deep affection, a profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person. It's pretty limited. I don't know. When I read that, it just feels kind of limited. A deep and tender feeling of affection for or attachment or devotion to a person or persons. An expression of one's love or affection. Right, so all the definitions that I'm reading, and maybe I'm not reading, a good one. Here's another one. The pure definition of love. Pure love is unconditional. It's kind, compassionate, generous, and nurturing. Yes, it's warm and forgiving. It's given without expectations of reciprocation. Yes. This is more of a better one. Pure love costs nothing to give. Yes. Yet it seems like loving one another, loving ourselves, and loving our world is hard to do right now. Now, isn't that interesting? Yeah, it seems like loving one another, loving ourselves, or loving our world is hard to do right now. Interesting. That was from gtslivingfoods.com. What is the deepest definition of love? Love is a deep inner knowing that this is true love, having absolute trust with another human being. It is a safe place to be your authentic self, reaching the deepest intimate connection with someone with honesty and vulnerability. Yeah. See, now, that sounds really good, right? That sounds really good. But for quite a lot of people, love isn't really calibrated right, or like that emotion. Okay, and we'll dive into a few points here. So there's like the intimate love, and then there's, say, just the emotion of love. And most of these definitions are towards a person, right? So, but some of the flaws with, say, love that we see today are in some of these definitions. Because even though it sounds good, right, it reads good on paper, and yes, how do we actually do it? How do we love properly? Because for some people, and maybe people that are on this call, maybe you've experienced it, where love hasn't really led you. What has been the outcome of love? The end result of love. And I'm not saying this is everyone. I'm just saying that for some people, love equals abuse, right? So the emotion of love is calibrated in a way that no matter who you love, the love is going to create abuse for you at some stage. Maybe not at the beginning, but over time, say an intimate relationship, And I've seen it with clients. I've gone through it myself, where you feel love, but what does it lead to? Again, what's the end result? And again, it's the emotion of love. And that's why what kind of like the initial phase of that session was just helping individuals kind of basically forget, pretty much like forget what our say beliefs around emotions, not like forget, but to help you basically dismantle your current say belief systems, because modern belief systems are pretty, and I'm just kind of like reading the group as well as I go. There's a lot of information coming at me. So traditional, like, and just hang out with me, okay? I know some of you might be confused, and I know I'm jumping around a lot. Again, a lot of information coming at me. So just trying to file it, and yeah. So right, and I mentioned this in a workshop as well. It's like, nice people get bullied, or why does that happen? And we'll get into the good stuff as well, okay? But we got to talk about this as well. Why does it happen? And it's not about being nice. It's not about, oh, nice guys. Or like you hear that thing, for men out there, it's like nice guys finish last. Or for women, not for women, but there's that. For women, it's like they date the dickhead. Why do women date the dickhead? And the nice guy's their best friend, but there isn't that, say, intimate connection there. And vice versa. Why do men date dickheads, right? And they have a really lovely friendship with a woman, but there isn't that, say, physical attraction. Okay, so, and I'm not saying that's everyone. I'm just using that as an example. Why does that happen, right? And the short answer is our emotions have been miscalibrated. Your emotions aren't working properly. We'll just put it that way. Because if they were working properly and they were calibrated properly, your love would equal love, like what it actually means. Yeah. And what love actually means is really love is a byproduct. Love is a byproduct. Nothing more, nothing less. Love, from a timeless perspective, is a byproduct of exactly that, being in time. Love is a byproduct of being in time. And as you spend more time in time and you clean up, as you just take a breath in and hang out with me, right? I'll get there. And it might not even make sense for you, and that's totally cool as well. It doesn't have to make sense. Deep down, you guys already know this stuff, whether you mentally get it or not. But as you stay in time, right, and that's what the programs are all about, and all the sessions are all about. It's about helping you harmonize with time more and more and more and more consistently. And a byproduct of that is, one, you clean up, intergenerational baggage, things that aren't yours, right? All the bullshit that just doesn't belong to you. Your brilliant self, your timeless essence looks around, your brilliant being, you look around and you go, okay, well, let's get rid of this. Let's clean this up, right? That's like a byproduct. Okay. And then as you start harmonizing and getting even more refined, apologies for the airplane, as you get even more refined, because you've been cleaning up, you synchronize with time so deeply that you are love. You experience joy, you experience those deep emotions, right? That even sadness, all emotions become beneficial, right? Anger becomes beneficial for you, right? Jealousy becomes beneficial for you, right? All of the emotions, they become beneficial for you in propelling yourself forward, into an even grander version of who you are. Okay. So love isn't just about love, right? It's about all of the emotions. It's about experiencing all of them, but we've got to calibrate them right. Okay. And this is where you experience love beyond, a relationship, right? You have, what did the, uh, love without attachment, love without, what did it say? Yes, it's warm and forgiving. It's given, and you don't really give love. You more just are love. But yes, you can give love. You can emanate love, right? Without expectations of reciprocation. Right? Love without attachments. You just are. Yeah. And love is really brutal, right? The pure definition of love is really brutal, right? It's all about coming into time. So so if you have a lot of stuff in the way between you, where you are now, and say your timeless, your truth, really, your timeless truth, that's a reflection of who you are, then you've got to clean a lot of that stuff up. There's a lot of stuff to wade through. Okay, so, yeah. So, and again, depending on your formula, experiencing that depth of love, and I experienced it, guys, and I continue to experience it, and it continues to grow and grow and grow as I deepen my own definition of self, and as I continue to harmonize with time, and I continue just to, follow my own breadcrumbs, yeah, of my intuition, and again my timeless self, and as I clean up even deeper and really embody, and I just am. Uh, yeah, love. Initially, love's really pure. Love's really intimidating. Initially, can be, and then you move through it, and uh, uh, it's well, yeah, it's beautiful. I experienced it many times over the past couple of weeks in all different forms of interactions. Observing whales, um, you know, um, my birthday, uh, which has never happened to me in my life, honestly. Like that deep feeling, and even now as I talk about it, I get a little emotional. Um, uh, and it's all about, you know, loving ourselves, because as you come into time, you have to love yourself, right? You nurture yourself, and you've cleaned up so much that you allow that to engulf you, because you're loving you. And so the more that you love you, the more you see love in the world. It's really that simple. The more that you love yourself, the more you see love in the world. Yeah. And it's very deep. Okay. Um, so it's, yeah, it's pretty cool. Very cool. So let's get into that. Let us get into love, right? We'll see if we can. Because again, to really experience that purity of love, uh, you've got to clean up a lot as well. So we'll see what we can do. So taking that breath in, yeah, what if we could? Taking that breath in, noticing where you are. Noticing what you can hear around you. Again, remembering your environment, what's around you, what's supporting you. As we embrace pureness of love, loving oneself, warts and all, love is really honest. There's no hiding. It sees exactly where you're at, whether you like it or not, and shows you the pathway to an even grander version of who you are. As you notice your breath, noticing what you can smell around you, noticing what you can taste, noticing what you can touch, temperature of the room on your skin. And then noticing your spine, each vertebrae of your spine. And again, love is brutal. It's honest. Pure, pure, pure love. It emanates from your timeless self. And so if you're not operating from that place, love will let you know. Love will hug you, will nurture you. Say, hey, why are we doing this? Why are we burdening ourselves or abusing ourselves in this way? Because look at us. We're fucking amazing. We are amazing. Why are we doing this? we should be doing this. We should be moving in this direction. So let's move in that direction. Okay. Love isn't about staying the same. Love doesn't just love you the way you are. Right? You hear people say that. Pure love, it actually gives you the opportunity to grow. Pure love looks at you and goes, I love you just the way you are. And look at what we can be. Look at what we are as well. Look at the access that we have to our brilliance. Let's move over there. Come on, let's go. Let's do that. So taking that breath in, noticing your entire bone structure now. As you observe, there's nothing to fix, to resolve, to do. Simply observe what you're observing, what you're noticing as you note your bone structure. Noticing your breath through your nose as we just stay here in silence. All you need to do is notice your bone structure. And if your mind wanders, it's okay. Just notice that your mind wanders and then bring it back to a body part. And if you judge yourself for wandering, just notice that you are judging. As you take that breath in, noticing your bone structure. Noticing your breath as you note your spine and your bone structure. And for those that would like, even noticing your body, where your body ends, your environment begins. Feeling out, again, noticing where your skin, your body ends, your environment begins. Noticing your breath. Noticing what you can hear around you. What you can smell, taste, touch. I'll leave you guys in this space. For those that want to leave a comment on their experience, you can go for it in your own time, right? Make decisions when you decide. And again, when you decide, you can like the video. If you haven't subscribed, go for it. But outside of all of that, I highly recommend just chilling out in this space. Just hang out. If you can hang out here for longer, do it. Okay. Yeah. Because you'll find as you hang out in this space more and more and more, and then bring it into your life dramatically changes over time. It really does. And the people around you adjust. And that's when you really know as well. And, I know this is just a weekly session, but, for individuals that have gone through the process, the people around you start changing because you've changed. So this is where you don't need to force anyone to do anything, right? You just be the best you. And by doing that, it opens up those opportunities for whoever is in your environment to then be their best. And that is how you change the world. That's how you change your community. That's how you influence your family, right? You just be your best from a timeless perspective. Being in time. Feel free to email me as well, or reach out to me if you have any specific questions. And then we can, organize a session if you want to go into it deeper. There should be a few spots available. But I'll leave you guys here. A really beautiful time, amazing. And I'll see you on the next one. No worries, guys. Much love. Peace.